Yeah, I'm absolutely delighted first and foremost. I think it was a very hard contest against a very good AC Milan side. So, you know, we spent a lot of time without the ball and we had to really grind out that second half especially. And you want to kind of try different things in our pre-season, and it's only our second game of the pre-season, so we wanted to have a little look at a different shape this afternoon, and then want to try and have a little look at some players in different areas of the pitch. But yeah, there's some really good performances, Amy being one of them. So yeah, I think overall just really happy with the afternoon that we've ground out the result, and I think it shows that the players have got that hunger and resilience that we've had the previous 2 seasons to make sure we're here to win games. So yes, it was pre-season, yes it's early days in that pre-season, but we're playing to win.
We know that AC Milan are obviously a top tier opponent. You're obviously coming up first game against London City. You're a team full of international stars, I suppose, these days. So how much does that kind of prepare you for that opening day?
Yeah, I think, you know, what I would say is that we're unapologetically ambitious for the season ahead. But this season is very much going to be a learning curve for us. We respect that, you know, the opponents in the Championship, a lot of those teams have been good teams in and around the Championship for the past few seasons. But yeah, London City is the first game, be an exciting fixture because they've got a new chairman and, as you say, they've made some good signings, so we know it's going to be a tough context, but yeah, we're more than up for it, that's for sure.
And Amy, just one from you, if you don't mind. Obviously, you experienced the league last year in Durham, you kind of showed what you could do at that level, but you know, the quality of players here at Newcastle United, how confident are you going into the new season that, you know, you're going to score more goals?
Oh, well, I'm extremely confident. It's a great group to be a part of. I mean, what a team and club to be joining. I mean, it's a dream come true, and this is only our second game, but I feel like we're showing bits and pieces, and then once it all comes together, I just feel like we're going to have a good season and it's going to be fun. So yeah, I'm very confident going into the season.
Becky, congratulations. When you've got a mixture of new players coming in and trying different players in different positions, how difficult is it even against a team the calibre of AC Milan?
Yeah, I would say arguably that's the best team we've ever played against. We knew Man United was going to be really tough last season. I'd argue that was probably even tougher. I think we spent more time without the ball today than we did in that Man United fixture. But yeah, I think when you bring in a new set of kind of players together, it feels like a complete new team. But we've been, you know, really careful to make sure that our values and all the hard work that's went into the last few seasons is still continuing into this season. So when we recruited players, we look for, are they the right people to come and be involved at Newcastle? Are they the right characters? Do they want to work hard for the badge? They know what the city's about. They want to embody the city and its fans on the pitch as players. So it's been really nice and a really enjoyable experience gelling everybody together, because you know, we've got some really talented and experienced players that have come in, but we've also got some really talented girls who've been here the last few seasons who've done so much to help the club get to the position that we're in. So yeah, it's a massive team effort.
Of course, and again, winning breeds confidence, and I know promotion's probably going to be the aim for this season, but in this 3 or 4 weeks until the season starts, what do you want the most out of the players? Is it just fitness? Is it actually patterns of play? What is it that you're actually looking for?
Yeah, there's multiple things we're looking for. I think first and foremost, you're looking for that physical sharpness in games. Girls have quite a large off-season, so they do a lot of their running and other stuff in the off-season programmes, but at the same time you can't buy that match sharpness, so definitely that's obviously a main aim for the pre-season. Secondly, just making sure it's quite clear to every player that's joined that we play to win every single game we play. So even though the teams we've faced are hard, we played Glasgow City last weekend, which was a tough game. We played AC Milan today, we play Everton next weekend. So in terms of the calibre of the teams we're playing against, we're preparing as much as we can to make it as hard as it can be in the pre-season, so that when we go into that Championship season, we are prepared as possible.
And just finally from me, before the game, Colin, of course, someone that is hugely instrumental in terms of the community spirit with Newcastle United. A massive miss, a really bad miss in terms of everybody, but I suppose the spirit of Colin will always be with Newcastle United. Can you just say a few words just on Colin and how much he'd be missed?
Yeah, so Colin has been an absolute heartbeat of Newcastle United Women. He's been a great friend and colleague to all of us, capturing so many memories across the last few seasons here at Newcastle, but right across that football pyramid. Colin knew everything about girls and women's football. He used to often say to me about players who were under 10s, under 12s coming through. I was thinking, Colin, how do you know all this knowledge? But I'd previously coached his daughter Courtney, who was with her partner and a mum in the chairman's suite today, which was a really nice touch for the family. But I think more than anything, yes, we've all shed a tear for Colin, or more than a few anyway, because he was a great guy. But I think most importantly for us is days like today, Colin would have absolutely thrived. So to see us win today and to see the stadium again full for women's football, he would have been super proud. So it's really proud for me to stand in the dugout knowing that I'm representing people like Colin who've been a part of this journey.
Well said, thank you.
Just moving on to the front row. You mentioned that AC Milan are one of the toughest opponents you've faced so far. A team's played in the Champions League. Although for you, does that show A, how far you've come, but also how far you're still aiming to go as well?
Yeah, I think I emailed some of the staff earlier, Darren Neal's being one of them, I was saying we've come from the first game we played here, which was Town Women, to now playing a Champions League AC Milan team. I think it just shows huge progression. So yeah, it's a really exciting time, but we've just got to keep levelling up every season, and we're doing that with bringing in good players like Amy and others to help us on that journey.
Are you very much of the mindset that going into this new season, you're not really here to be liked, you're sort of here to compete, since what you have got the men's team?
Yeah, 100%. We want to get the right blends because we know how hard it's going to be in the FA Women's Championship, and we are the new girls on the block, if that makes sense. But yeah, as I say, we are unapologetically ambitious that we will be giving absolutely everything to achieve 3 points in each fixture that we come up against. So we'll just be taking it 1 week at a time, but that's what makes it exciting, because it'll be the heat of the battle every Sunday.
And finally, you mentioned that you've already brought in a few new players in the door. Can we expect any more, or when you think you're set for the new season?
Yeah, we're quite happy with kind of the squad we've got at the moment. There's probably 1 or 2 who will come in. Yeah, so there's a couple more additions we're looking to bring in, yeah.
George Hawking. Unapologetically ambitious. Does that mean that 3 in a row is a realistic ambition?
I think, yeah, do you know what? That's the dream, of course. There's no team that's ever done that, George. So for us to be the first team to go back to back to back, I think would be unbelievable. I know that Spurs had 2 goals at the Championship before they got promoted, so they went from Tier 3 to Tier 2, 2 years in Tier 2 and then to the WSL. Obviously Manchester United created a team in the Women's Championship when players like Alex Greenwood and others joined the team and went up in 1 season. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, I think is the main message. That it would be the absolute dream, it goes without saying, but there's going to be some tough lessons to learn in the Championship, so we'll be making sure that our process is bang on to give ourselves the best chance.
And you kind of answered this already, but there's been a summer of big change at the club. You've seen it on the pitch in terms of some of the players you're bringing in. Off it, obviously Amanda's left. You've lost a big kind of advocate for the women's team inside the club. Are you confident that the ambitions for the women's team remain the same? Yeah,
I'm really confident that the ambitions remain the same. I think every staff member, especially those senior staff at the club, their ambition for the women's team remains that they want the women's team to be pushing into the WSL as quickly as possible and beyond that. It goes without saying, Amanda is a great loss to our women's team, a great friend to me as well, and has been someone that has massively pushed the growth of women's football here at the club, and she's a fantastic leader who I've learnt a lot from, so yeah, it goes without saying we'll miss her.
Well done, Becky. Of course, touching on what George just said there, he's talking about the fact that we've got Sun next season. It's not the only derby, of course, we have Dublin as well, so especially looking ahead, playing Sun at the Stadium Malaya, of course, back-to-back derbies in the space of a week as well, so especially during that international break, just how important is it that we get the fans for the Dublin match and, of course, ahead of the Stadium Malaya?
Yeah, definitely. I think Amy can talk more about how feisty that encounter is going to be with playing for Durham last season. But yeah, I think every game's going to be tough, and we encourage fans to come out and support the women's team, especially as you say in that international break, where if we can get Kingston Park packed out, if we can get the 2 games we've got planned here, Southampton and Sunderland, packed out here at St James's, then that will give us, as you say, that extra man, extra woman in the crowd to really push the team on to getting those 3 points that'll be needed.
Of course, they've already had a few signings so far in this window, as Amy just there. Just how important was it just being able to get the players that you wanted in? Of course, you got a massive star like Demi Stokes, Claudia Moore, who's a massive player for City last season. So in terms of being able to bring players in, a lot of players with championship experience already, just how important was it to get the exact players that you wanted to get in?
Yeah, definitely. I think a couple of the players we've brought in, I've had a previous coaching experience with them. So Sophie played for me in Nottingham. I've seen a lot of the players in and around the group already. Obviously, when me and Amy met, I'd watched Amy last season at Durham and was excited by her talents. So when we met, I think it probably instantly clicked, didn't it? And we just felt like it was the right balance. You were probably the first person I met and actually got to come and sign. It goes without saying, obviously, the other players we've brought in, Demi, Rachel Furness's experience will be really valuable to the team. Deanna, she's won a WSL and Conti Cup title. And we're just super excited with the talents we've brought in. You probably saw Shania in the first half, created the first goal before Alicia's finished. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing with the signings, and the other one is Claudia, I worked with at Northumbria, so I know what she brings, and she had an unbelievable season last year at Sunderland, so she'll be hoping to be in a position where she can bring clean sheets to Newcastle as well.
Finally, from you, Amy, of course, you've had a chance to play St James Park. You've just been AC Milan woman. I mean, on a personal level for you, just how has it been able to go out there, not just experience the fan base at Newcastle, but just to be able to experience such a big result for you as well? Yeah,
it was absolutely amazing, and like I said previously, it's a dream come true, but I've always known that's in my future anyway. Like, I just know I'm meant for bigger things, so it's something I've got to get used to. And I mean, Newcastle is just a great club and a great community. I'm walking the streets and there's people wearing Newcastle shirts, and I'm not used to that, so it's just such a good community, and I just want to entertain the fans as much as possible and give us as many points as I can. So yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing, and it was a great day and a great game.
Yeah, Amy mentioned there about playing today. Obviously, you got that late equaliser. What was it like for you scoring at the Gallowgate end?
It was amazing. It's just nice to see the fans just so happy, and I'm the player that likes to celebrate, so to do a little celebration. Some may find it cheesy. I feel like British people do find them quite cheesy, but I don't care. That's just who I am, and I feel like it really inspires the younger generation and the little girls. Hopefully they'll start doing it, and boys. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, you followed a long list of players to make their debut game and score. Looking ahead to the season, obviously you've come in from Durham, so is there any sort of secrets from within the camp you can pass on to Becky?
We'll see. Can't really speak too much on that.
Hi Amy, congratulations on your goal. Are you going to be giving a few words to Georgia, because she always scores at the Gallowgate, so you're going to wind her up a little bit later?
Oh, now you've told me, yeah, it's good to know. I'll definitely be doing that, but yeah, I didn't know that, but I'll definitely be winding her up now.
She always scores at the Gallowgate, so you've got one on her. I want to ask you, what's your personal ambitions? Obviously the team we know about, what's your own?
I want to win the Golden Boot, and I want to be player of the season. Like, I just want to win everything, and I want to get to the WSL with a club like this. So yeah, Newcastle feels like home already, and I'm not even a Newcastle fan, but I feel like an adopted Geordie already, and I'm ready to give my all this season, and I will. So
it's because everyone loves Geordies, man, that's why.
I love a Geordie.
How have you settled in? Because Durham's only just down the road. Has it been quite easy for you? Have you had to move house, or is it easy because it's local?
Yeah, I've moved house and I'm living with Leah, and it's absolutely amazing. It has been easier being up north last season, and I just love being up north now. I feel like I want to be a northerner, being from Birmingham. I don't know. I just love being up north. I think it's a great community, lovely people, and yeah, it's somewhere that I call home now. So.
Just be careful, Leah. She might take you on a night out or two, so just keep that under wraps.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers.